see, when you make many prayers, I shall not hear. Real quick, Proverbs 28 and 9. When you make many prayers, I will not hear. Why is that? Look at that Proverbs.
Your hands are full of blood.
Yep, your hands are full of blood because you're leading other men and women to destruction and down a wrong path, just like how you are.
This is Proverbs chapter 28, verse 9.
You know?
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law,
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law,
even his prayer shall be abomination.
even his prayer is an abomination. And it's not being presented to the Most High at all. Okay? That's why a lot of these people are in a trick bag and they're not lively stones in this spiritual temple that's being built. They're outside the temple. You know? Go ahead. That was it on that. Go ahead, Kawhi. And then let me get 2 Kings 23:20.
This is Amos 4 and 11.
Read out.
I have overthrown some of you. It's like, it says, I have overthrown some of you as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and ye were as a firebrand plucked out of the burning, yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. Therefore thus will I do unto thee, O Israel, because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy power, O Israel.
You know? We are all going to meet our maker, man. What it says, Ecclesiastes. You give up the ghost and the spirit's going right back to the Father. And the first thing you receive is judgment of what you did on the earth, man. All your works, whether they be good, bad, they all get weighed. You know? Look at that in Kings.
This is 2 Kings.
Start at verse 19. 23:19. 2 Kings.
2 Kings chapter 23, verse 19.
Read out.
And all the houses also of the high places that were in the cities of Samaria, which the kings of Israel had made to provoke Yahweh to anger.
Right. Now, the kingdom of Israel made groves to other gods to provoke the Most High to anger.
Uzziah took away and did to them according to the acts that they had done in Bethel.
Now, who was Josiah? King Josiah was a king over Judah. He's one of the righteous kings of Judah, along with kings like David, Hezekiah. You had righteous kings of the southern kingdom, but the northern kingdom, they didn't have one righteous king. Go ahead.
And he slew all the priests of the high places.
And he slew all the priests of the high. Now, why did he do that? Because they were going off. He had to kill them to put away evil from his people. This is all in the law.
And he slew all the priests of the high places that were there upon the altars, and burnt men's bones upon them, and returned to Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And the king commanded all the people, saying, keep the Passover unto Yahweh your power.
See, King Josiah was trying to get the laws back established all the way how they're supposed to be. He said, keep the Passover. Where do you find that? In the book of, hold on now. In the book of Leviticus 23. You know, that's one of the high holy days that the Most High has set apart for us to observe. Now, real quick, let me get this. This is the book of Deuteronomy, the book of Numbers, chapter 28 and verse 16. And in the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of the Lord. And that's when you're supposed to keep it. In the 14th day, in the first month of Bib. Okay? Which we're approaching that pretty soon. And that's a statute and a commandment for all generations. And Josiah, being righteous, wanted to establish that once again. Keep going on.
Back in 2 Kings 23, verse 21, again. I'm going to pick up verse 21 again. And the king commanded all the people, saying, keep the Passover unto Yahweh your power.
Go ahead.
As it is written in this book of the covenant.
See, as it is written in this book of the covenant. Go ahead.
Sure.
Between who though? The nation of Israel. Sons of Jacob, sons of Yahweh.
Surely there was not holding such a Passover from the days of the judges that judged Israel, nor in all the days of the kings of Israel.
See, so this Passover was luxurious, man, and righteous and mighty, more than any of the other events in the book of Judges or any other kings before him. Go ahead.
Nor of the kings of Judah.
God, nor the kings of Judah. You had some top kings that came before Josiah. Was that it on that?
One verse.
Yeah.
But in the 18th year of King Josiah, whereas this Passover was holding to Yahweh in Jerusalem.
God. To Yahweh in Jerusalem, man. The book of the law is never supposed to depart from our mouth.
Right.
We get Revelation 5 and 1, unless somebody's got something.
Josiah was to leave the house.
Yeah.
God.
Can I get this precept real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Luke 11 and 47.
Read out.
Actually, I'm going to start at 46. Woe unto you also, ye lawyers, for ye laid men with burdens grievous to be borne.
Now, what is the lawyers is talking about? The lawgivers. It's talking about the priesthood. It said, woe to them?
Woe unto you also, ye lawyers,
Yep.
for ye have laid men with burdens grievous to be borne, and ye yourselves touch not the burdens which one of your fingers.
Right, they were laying burdens on men. Like how they told Yahushua's men, why are they not washing their hands before they eat? Just adding to the law, coming with the precepts of men, being burdensome unto you. You know? This truth sets you at liberty, not to do what you want to do, right? But not to bind you like how religion does. This truth is supposed to set your mind free. Go ahead.
Woe unto you, for ye build the sepulchres of the prophets, and your fathers killed them.
See, and your fathers killed the prophets. You know, they set the prophets aside. Being a prophet is a thankless job on this side.
Yes, come.
It really is. But it's the best thing to be.
Come.
You know? But Lord willing, will be thanked in the heavens when that day comes. Just like how Wisdom of Solomon says, they're going to look down, they're going to say, yo, what's that? Get that Wisdom of Solomon 5. Go ahead.
It says Matthew 24 and start at 45.
Read out.
It says, who then is a faithful and wise servant whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Right, we'll find so doing. Okay? Doing what? Keeping the works, the faith. Faith without works is dead. They're not interchangeable. They are both required, faith and works. You know?
Second Esdras,
Can I finish this up? Continuing on, Luke chapter 11 and verse 48.
Yep.
Read out.
Truly ye bear witness that ye allow the deeds of your fathers. For they indeed killed them, and ye build their sepulchres.
Yep.
Therefore, also said the wisdom of God, I will send them prophets and apostles.
I will send them prophets and apostles, which apostle means sent forth. Prophet means to say before. A seer.
And some of them they shall slay and persecute.
Yep. And some of them they shall slay and persecute. You know? And that's what we gotta be. Hey, the scriptures
Yeah.
tell us straight up. Some of you shall be betrayed by friends, family, probably maybe your coworkers, maybe your children, maybe your best friend, you know?
Woman.
Yeah.
One more verse. Luke 11 and 50.
Yep.
That the blood of all the prophets which was shed from the foundation of the world may be required of this generation.
Yep. Maybe why's that? Let me Lamentations 5 and 7 real quick, but then also when we get verse drop Wisdom of Solomon. We get Lamentations
When I read that, it makes me feel like,
5 and 7.
so like
Go
when I
ahead.
read verse 50, it makes me feel like Yahushua was telling them what he was there for,
Right.
to take the sins of the nation.
And then let me get 1 Thessalonians 5 and 7.
This is Lamentations chapter 5, verse 7.
Read out.
Our fathers have sinned.
What?
Our fathers have sinned.
Yep.
And are not,
And are not, they're not on the earth no more. Our forefathers that went off.
and we have borne their iniquity.
But we're born their iniquities. Why is that? Because we are our forefathers coming back, man. It's very simple. Who got that? And that's like bugged out for people to hear. But it makes a whole lot more sense than you just dying and becoming a part of
Yeah.
outer space, or just all type of bugged out doctrine. You know. But
Matthew 24 and 34.
Bring it up.
Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled.
so all these things be fulfilled. You know. Well, and what's the thing we waiting on to be fulfilled? The mark of the beast being implemented.
Come on.
That's like the major prophecy that we're waiting on, is the mark of the beast. Okay? People being cast into prisons. You see, it's like right around the corner.
Come on.
Who holding? Who holding?
I got 1 Thessalonians 5 and 7.
Get 1 Thessalonians 4 and 1. Okay? And we're ambassadors for Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Come on.
1 Thessalonians 4 and 1.
Bring it up.
Bring it up.
Furthermore, then we beseech you, brethren,
Uh-huh.
and exhort you by the Lord.
And exhort you by the most. Go to verse 2. Salakia, 2nd chapter, same book.
1 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 1.
Bring it up.
Bring it up.
For yourselves, brethren, know
Mhm.
our entrance in unto you, that it was not in vain.
See, so Paul said our entrance in unto you was not in vain. Just like now, what we're doing is not in vain, even if we have to preach to the wind. Okay? Go ahead. Everything you do is not in vain either. Even if you're not hitting the streets, don't think nothing is insignificant.
Come on.
Okay? Even you doing simple things like just telling people on your job or leaving, there's a lot of works you can do, man.
Come on.
Go ahead.
But even after that we had suffered before, and were shamefully entreated, as ye know, at Philippi we were bold in our God to speak unto you the gospel of God.
See, we gotta speak boldly. Didn't Yahushua said his mouth, his voice was as the sound of many roaring
Waters.
What's this?
Many waters.
Yes, the water. His voice was as the sound of many waters. Okay, loud, with authority. That's how men are supposed to speak.
Revelation 1 and 15.
Yep. Go ahead.
To speak unto you the gospel of God with much contention.
With much contention. Then Paul say what? He's ready to put his life on the line for the truth. We got the same exact sentiment.
For our exhortation was not of deceit,
Was not of deceit.
nor of uncleanness,
Keep going.
nor in guile.
Nor in guile. So we're not trying to get you in deceit. We're not trying to deceive you into believing the truth. We can't do that. We're just trying to pipe unto you.
But as we were allowed of God to be put in trust with the gospel,
See, to be put in trust with the gospel. 1 Timothy 1 and 10. Go ahead.
even so we speak, not as pleasing men,
See, as we speak not as in pleasing men. Go ahead.
but God which trieth our hearts.
See, and that's what's going to save you, not man. You know, cursed be he that
Trust in the man.
trusteth in man and make flesh his arm. It says, cursed be you that do that.
For neither at any time use we flattering words,
Right.
as ye know, nor a cloak of covetousness.
We're not coming with flattering words or a cloak of covetousness. We're not coming with any type of alternative motive. We're not
God
trying to
is a
make,
witness.
hold on, we're not trying to make merchandise of you. And it said what? The Most High is all witness to that. And you can witness and discern for yourself who's out here trying to make merchandise of you. Who's abusing you through overmuch iniquity. Keep going.
Salakia, nor a cloak of covetousness.
Yep.
God is a witness. Nor of men sought we glory,
Nor of men are we seeking glory,
neither of you, nor yet of others.
neither of you or others. So really, it's just all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
That's right.
And we gotta remember that, you know? All of us teaching this word, none of us can save you. You know why? Because we can't even save our own selves.
Come on.
But we're not looking for accolades from you.
Oh,
We're looking for accolades above. Man.
That's right.
Keep going.
When we might have been burdensome as the apostles of a Mashiach.
Yep. And we're not trying to burden you, man. Keep going.
Well, it says, when we might have been burdensome as the apostles of a Mashiach. So they was making all of that turmoil when Hamashiach was on the scene with the Pharisees and the scribes.
Yep.
Salaki. Verse 7. But we were gentle among you,
Mm-hmm.
even as a nurse cherisheth her children.
Even as what?
As a
Nurse cherisheth
cherisheth
her children.
So we're like, hey, the sheep. What did Yahushua? Yahushua trusted Peter with the sheep. They're likened unto the children. Okay. Children are delicate. Children are they need guidance. They need someone to rule over them righteously.
Hard-headed
You know?
sometimes.
Huh?
Hard-headed sometimes.
Yes, yeah. Children can be hard-headed. They need correction, and that's what we're out here to do. To correct through the precept. But
It's like in 1 Peter chapter 2, as newborns.
You gotta say something. Stop real quick. And you gotta look at it like this. Just like on this earth, on this planet, when you, as a parent, and even as a child, we're just like the older sibling
Yep.
that the parent left in charge, and the rest of Israel are like the younger siblings.
Yep.
And just like when everybody that grew up, if you have older siblings, and you put that older person in charge, the younger person ain't trying to listen.
Yeah.
They want to do what they want to do. But you know what? Near the end, when mom and dad about to get home, they fall in line. Israel got to start falling in line, man. You got to start falling in line. The time is drawing nigh.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Still continuing on in 1 Thessalonians
Yeah.
2 and 8. So being affectionately desirous of you, we were willing to have imparted unto you not the gospel of God only, but also our own souls, because ye were dear unto us.
See, ye are dear unto us, man. The whole Fulam, y'all are dear unto us. We're all, we love you, man.
Come.
Okay? We trying to, give Revelation 7:1.
Sheep are tender and delicate.
Yep.
Come.
In the end, it's not going to be near until all the sheep are woken up, man. That's why we got to continue to pipe.
I had 7 and 3 on deck, but I got this precept.
Okay, get your piece of it.
So like, that's why we endure all things for the elect's sake.
Exactly.
So Ephesians 4 and start at 23.
You know?
It says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness, wherefore putting away lying speech, saying lying speak, every man truth. It's like that. Wherefore putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one another.
For we are members of one another. You know? We're all a body. Okay? So would you take a gun and shoot your own self in the foot? That's what you're doing when you're backbiting your brother. It's as if you're shooting yourself in the foot. All right? And you OT guys, you shot yourself in the head. You denied your house shot. So you already done it. Okay? Who's on?
This is Philippians 3 and 10 real quick. It
Read
says,
out.
that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the worship and the fellowship of his suffering, being made comfortable unto his death, if by any means I might obtain the resurrection of the dead, not as though I had already obtained either were already perfect, but I will follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Hamashiach Yahushua.
Apprehended, man. You know? Because what did Paul say? We're prisoners of hope. You know? We're Revelation 7 now. And this is what we're hoping for and waiting on.
Come.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 1.
Read out.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth,
The angel standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
holding the 4.
Hold on, hey, a globe don't got corners
Come.
Yeah, come.
whatsoever. It doesn't go.
No, no.
Go ahead,
Holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea.
That the wind should not blow on the earth or the sea. Now this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 1.
You know.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. And what's that destroying wind? The Lord's sword judgments, famine, death, destruction, pestilence, tempest, war. Those winds, man, they're gonna be loosened. You know, when those 4 living creatures are given the go. Go ahead. Get Psalms 18 and 10. Go ahead.
Nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Nor on the sea or in any tree. Now, why is it mentioned in the trees? Trees in the scriptures are likened unto the peoples as well. When Yahushua, in the book of Mark, chapter 8, when he healed the blind man, what did the blind man see? He said, I see men as trees. So it said, don't hurt the trees. Okay? Don't hurt these nations yet. Get these nations, man. Don't hurt them yet. Don't hurt the unfaithful Israelites yet. Okay? Until all the servants of the Most High are sealed.
Like, the Lord's on point, man. You talk about the other trees and the other nations, and the Lord brings it and he brings them up, man. He shows you, man. But people don't see that. Go ahead.
Keep going.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the service of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000
Can you go to the blue letter and get the word sealed?
of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
If all the tribes of the children of Israel. So you see, there's requirements. First of all, you have to be a child of the children and stock of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's clearly telling you that John is getting that vision that only the ones that were sealed were of the nation of Israel. All right?
Strong's G4972.
This is the word for sealed in that scripture. Go ahead.
Sfragizo. To set a seal upon, mark with a seal, to seal.
To mark with the seal. So guess what? We know that the Most High's got spiritual marks. That's all throughout the scripture. Didn't Paul say, mark them which causes division? Now, does he mean take a highlighter and mark a dude's forehead? He's about division. No, it's talking about marking your mind. Yo, this dude, he's about sedition. This brother is not right. Mark that in your mind. You know? So we know the Most High Yahweh has spiritual marks, but that ain't what the mark of the beast is. That's Karagama. And the mark that the beast is going to give you is not, it's physical. The Most High will give you a spiritual seal, a spiritual mark, but this beast is coming with a physical stamp that will prove your loyalty and servitude. Go ahead, Al.
To stamp with a signet or private mark for security or preservation.
For security or preservation, the elect are being preserved, you know? That's why we're not going to have to worry about the arrow that flies by day or the terror by night. The Most High is going to preserve us, Lord. As long as we keep pushing in this thing. It's about endurance. Go ahead.
By implication, to keep secret, to attest, seal up, stop.
To keep secret, you know? The scriptures are nothing but to seal up. Look at Revelation 5:1, get Matthew 13:9.
Hold on.
One more definition was to confirm, authenticate.
To authenticate, you know? Like, hey,
Look up that word, please.
Right, what the niggas used to wear back in the day when we was coming up in school? Authentic jerseys, you know? And they would be like, look, yo, your jersey ain't from Mitchell and Ness. That's from China somewhere. It's fake.
Can I say something?
Hey,
The Most High not looking for the fake.
It didn't have a seal on it.
Yeah.
It's locked.
What's that authentication? Keep that definition, bro.
You know, the Most High looking for the authentic, man.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Al.
So, with that, that's for the spiritual mark. I want to know, where is an authentication of a spiritual mark?
Right.
Can we see that anywhere? What is an authentication of a spiritual mark anywhere?
Hey, and
like,
honestly,
what's the
Honestly though, like you guys that believe that the mark of the beast is spiritual, you can't get past Acts 17:29 when it's using the same strong and proving that that mark is going to be graven inside you. You know, 'cause we can go all day about the spiritual marks, Ezekiel 9, all of that stuff, man. Is different from what the beast is going to implement. Go ahead.
Read that definition again you had, Art.
Read the Strong's definition again of seal from G4973 to stamp with a signet or private mark for security or preservation, literally or figuratively.
Yep.
Go ahead.
By implication, to keep secret, to attest.
Hold on. So if this spiritual mark, if it's secret, how am I supposed to make sure I don't take the spiritual mark? Right? Because Revelations 14, if you take the spiritual mark, that
They claim.
you get the judgment for it. But we're showing you that it's not spiritual, it's physical as well.
And another thing, brothers will say, well, why the mark of the beast being the chip is too obvious. Well, that's why it's the hour of temptation. It's going to be presented to you, and we got to resist it. You just got to resist because you're not going to be able to buy or sell with it. You're not going to be able to do anything with it. Just like you can't leave this country without a passport, and that's physical. A physical stamp with it's got your face on it, all your documentation. You're not going nowhere without that physical passport. Just like in this kingdom that they're trying to establish on earth in wickedness, they're going to have a seal and a stamp just like that. You know? You hold something.
I'm holding.
Go ahead.
This is Acts chapter 2
Yeah.
and verse 5.
Bring it up.
And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
God, out of every nation under heaven, by the way. Because Israel's been dispersed. Huh?
That was precept from Revelation
Right,
7.
exactly. It said the four winds of the earth. So Israel, the elect, is going to be getting caught up from all over the habitation. Not just in North America, not just, we're not concentrated nowhere. We're scattered abroad. You know? Somebody get Revelation 5 and 1, and then we get Matthew 13 and 9 first.
I got Matthew.
Because Yahushua said it best.
Which one you want first?
Matthew
You want Matthew?
13:9.
I got Matthew. This is book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 9.
Bring it up.
Who has ears to hear, let him hear.
Go ahead.
And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Yeah, parables are dark, wise saying. That's
Yeah.
all the scriptures are. Dark, wise sayings, parables.
He answered and said unto them,
Yep.
because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
So he told his disciples, the disciple means followers, he told his followers, the kingdom of heaven is for you,
But to them it is not given.
but to them it's not given. Now, who's the them? The people that are antichrist, the people that don't want Yahushua to reign. It's not given unto them. He said, my sheep hear my voice. Read that in Revelation 5.
Revelation 5 and 1.
Yeah.
Revelation 5 and 1.
Bring it up.
And I saw the right hand of him that sat on the throne.
The side of him, the right hand. Now who's on that right hand side? Yahushua. He's on the right hand side,
A book written.
which represents righteousness. Oh, what?
Huh?
Yeah. Huh?
So who's on the left?
Who on that?
I'm not saying because Christians say that the devil, he took half the angels and they
Right,
fought,
right.
and so I just want to know who's on the left.
Man, that shows you that's the Christianity's becoming folklore, man.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, if you're still a pagan Christian, we have to say it like that,
Yeah.
because we're the actual Christians.
God.
You're bugged out.
Hey, because the scripture said it's unjust balance.
Yeah, it's an abomination to the Lord.
So if Yahushua is on the right, there's got to be somebody on the left, the polar opposite.
Hey, it's like Job 1 tells you that Satan's job is to go from to and fro from the earth and test people like Job.
And it said that the Christians were first called that in Antioch, which was
Right.
a city that was established by St. Lucius. So the Bible, it gives you straight up history in it.
Yeah.
It's not a fairy tale book. You just gotta understand it. Okay? Go ahead.
Revelation 5:1.
Yep.
And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals.
Sealed, man. Now, if you get a package that's sealed, when the mail carrier comes and gives you a letter, it's sealed, correct?
That's right.
That it hasn't been opened. But now the seals are being opened, but it's only for the ears that can hear.
And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open up the book and loose the seals thereof?
Who was worthy to do that? To give the understanding, to flourish once again. Let me get Sirach 24:1. Go ahead,
And no man in heaven nor in earth,
No man in the heavens nor in the earth,
neither under the earth,
neither under the earth,
was able to open the book, neither to look thereon.
neither to look. They weren't able to open the book or even to look thereon because it wasn't given to them. There's only one man that was worthy to do this.
Sure.
And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah.
The what?
The Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
The Lion of the tribe of Judah. Go ahead.
The root of David.
The root of David, because David was his forefather. Okay? Because he came in the flesh and through his through his lineage, through his forefathers, he came through King David's loins, man.
Come on.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Hath prevailed to open the book and loose the 7 seals thereof.
He prevailed to open the book and then loosen the seals thereof. You know, real quick, this 2 Samuel 7:12. Go ahead.
That also killed that immaculate conception shit.
Yeah, the immaculate deception.
Deception.
That's right.
It tells you straight up that Joseph was being taxed and had to go to Bethlehem because he was of the tribe of Judah. You know, he was from the house and lineage of David.
Seed of David.
That's right. 2 Samuel 7:12.
Yup.
And when thy days be fulfilled.
Now who is the prophet speaking to David? Go ahead. What's up, man?
You happen to see a gentleman here who was asking which bus would take him to Hartford? No. He was right there in like a gray coat, glasses.
No.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right. Hey, bro, you believe in God?
Yes, I do, sir.
Do you believe in the Bible?
Yes.
That's what we out here preaching. We preaching at the Hebrew Israelites because in the Bible, the word Israel is in here 2,200 times. You know, and not sure if you knew, God's not for everybody. It's only for a particular people, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's good to be out here preaching.
Can I read you a Bible precept real quick?
Well, I actually have to go, but
You can't just one? I'll just read you just one. It'll take 1 minute.
Just one, bro. Just one.
Psalms 135.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that time, man.
Because you believe in the Bible, right? So in the scripture, Paul told Timothy, be instant in season and out of season. So right now you're out of season, you got somewhere to go, but the Lord's compelling you to stay here and to listen to the word. You know? We're trying to give you a wake-up call. Go ahead, Al.
Psalms 135 and verse 4.
You know.
For the Lord hath chosen Jacob unto himself.
So the Lord have chosen Jacob unto himself. We're telling you today, Jacob would be primarily the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know? He had chosen Jacob's seed unto himself.
And Israel for his peculiar treasure.
Right, so the Lord's only dealing with one nation. Everybody else he's not concerned with. And we're here to gather his hopeful elect. So I'll leave you with that. You know, we're Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so if the Lord compels you to do some research,
Hey, you mind if I
That's
give
where
you
you
something?
can
If you
start.
do want to research this, you don't gotta believe what we just read to you. But if you want to look this up later, you mind if I give you a card?
just hand it.
I do it, but I appreciate it.
It's all right, brother.
All right, bro.
Your forefather, Jacob.
Here you go, man.
That's our just a call. Call him, bro.
All right. Go back to Samuel, 2 Samuel.
2 Samuel
Where we at?
7 and 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers,
Uh-huh.
I will set up thy seed.
Now, wait a minute.
after-
Now, somebody will get real stupid. Sleep with your fathers. Talking about you
Right.
being buried.
Right.
in death with them, you know?
Right.
Them Hotep dudes, they'll take a scripture like that and say, yeah, go ahead,
Not like Lot's daughters.
yeah.
I will set up thy seed after thee,
So the Lord's telling David, I'm gonna set your seed up after you. Keep going, Miles. We're gonna go ahead.
which shall proceed out of thy bowels,
Which shall proceed out of your bowels, out of your loins, man. Go ahead.
and I will establish his kingdom.
Go to Acts 13:23. And I will establish his kingdom. Keep going. Now, when David died, he had many sons, but who reigned after him? King Solomon. Okay. Now, did King Solomon reign forever? He lived and died. So who is this talking about? It's talking about Solomon reincarnated.
That's right.
Yahushua. He said, behold, a greater Solomon is here. All right, have a good day.
You too, bro.
Might be another
2
nation.
Samuel 7:13.
Go ahead.
He built a house for my name.
He
And
will
I
build
will-
a house for my name. Now, of course, we know Solomon built the temple of the Most High, which was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar. You can read that in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 6. But guess what? Yahushua is building up a spiritual house for the Most High. You know? The elect remnant, the bride, that's going to be saved. Read
Right.
on. Read on out.
Build a house, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
For 2 years.
Forever.
For just a little bit.
Forever.
Forever. So this one talking about Solomon. So OT guys, who is this talking about?
Precept.
He shall establish his kingdom forever. It's Yahushua.
That's right.
We about to close it out. Get some more people. You got
Yeah, I got it.
This is our book of Revelation, chapter 22,
Uh-huh.
verse 16.
Bring it up.
I, Yahushua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches.
Uh-huh.
I am the root and the offspring of David.
He said, I'm the root and offspring of David. So
And the
there was
bright-
no angel that got a woman pregnant. The Bible doesn't say that.
And
Go ahead,
the bright and morning star.
In the bright and morning star, he said, I'm the Alpha and Omega.
That's right.
Let's close on this. Give Revelation 5 and verse 10.
Can you use precept?
Go ahead.
This is Daniel chapter 7 and 17.
Bring it up.
These great beasts, which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth.
Right, likened unto beast. So what's Leviathan really? Go ahead.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever
And
Ever.
and ever.
Forever and ever and forever.
Ever.
Right? This is Revelation 5. Now, where's that kingdom going to be at? On the earth. And it's going to be Idon again. It's going to be paradise once again. Eden. How the Most High. All right, get your precept and then finish the Revelation. Go ahead, Go ahead.
This is John 1, start at 12.
Bring it up.
It says, but as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of the Most High, even to them that believe on his name, which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of Yahweh.
Yeah.
Verse 14, it says, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, which Yahushua is the word. He came in the flesh, so that shows you he didn't pop and marry spiritually.
That's right.
He was made flesh. It says, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. And he that believeth on me, as the scriptures say, through his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So with that, you know, the precepts tell you.
Go Revelation 5 and 10.
Can I get this real quick?
This is the book of Revelation,
Just real
chapter
quick.
5.
Hold on, let Miles get his first.
Because Revelation 22 and 16, it sound the root and the offspring. For that word offspring, it say kindred, family, stock, tribe, nation, nation or descent from a particular people.
Right,
That's what it's saying.
particular people, man.
Hey, Salaki, that's what we was trying to tell that Edomite woman. Well, she's the Edomite anyways. But the Hamashiach Yahushua came in the flesh. He came from our nation.
Right.
Let's get that.
This is book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 10.
Because
Bring it
where's
up.
the kingdom of heaven going to be?
And has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
Where we gonna reign?
On the earth.
And we're gonna reign on the earth. And with that, we'll give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
We'll say Shalom to all the sincere elders in Achayon. And through our precepts, we
I get understanding.
Shalom.
Shalom.